Mark Cromie's prediction about conditions today didn't take long to come true. Most managed the upstream leg without difficulty, although it wasn't a clean run for everyone. Cleve Cockshorn having another spin, this time without the aid of a fellow competitor. If the first of 3 return runs was anything to go by, the day was going to provide plenty of entertainment. John Derry was quickest up and down, no heroics, just clean racing.
Look, we had a clean, fast run upstream and pretty clean downstream, but it's actually quite a challenging river downstream. There's lots of fans, and if you don't get the right one, you're actually really in trouble. So it's a short run, it's almost like a sprint, but you can get yourself in trouble, probably more so coming down than up. So yeah, you kind of get on it, and there's lots of real fast stuff and then some real tight stuff. So it's a fun route.
Nothing fun for second place Mike Pooley. The rock everyone had been warned about was marked, but not clearly enough for Pooley.
We're here.
You've been hard on you.
Yeah, that's that rock they were talking about. We had it. Yeah. That's good though. Yep.
From the chopper, Wendy Rogers witnessed Cameron Moore modifying the bottom of his boat, but he and Adam Wilton did make the finish to hold on to third outright. Brandon Crowley, in the smallest race boat in the field, is running an A-class because the rules multiply even the smallest engine size when it's turbocharged. The pocket rocket did have a moment yesterday, scarpering over the shingle a couple of times, but we think today was more about setting land speed records for jet boats rather than anything else. And if you thought no one else was watching, think again. Local Jimmy King with his eye in the sky.
We got a little bit mismothered. I think both of us were sort of not too sure, and we knew we would come up as we were going past it, so we thought there might have been an out. We found out there wasn't. Cleared over some dry land and managed to keep it on the plane. Turned around, saw another boat parked up there, and they weren't going anywhere because it's a big push. We don't weigh much, and we got some wetlander on the bottom, so we jumped straight back uphill and got back going again and coming down. So yeah, no, it was good. We put it to its test. So we got to always doing some R&M on the ground here. So no, we're still trucking.
For Wayne Boyce, who'd found his way into the same side channel sometime earlier, it was an awe-inspiring experience.
Went the wrong way and yeah, got into a bit of a pull, and there was really no way out of it unless you wanted to damage the boat. We'd already done that yesterday, so. Yeah, it was an interesting couple of minutes there, I can assure you. I thought I was going to have to become a medic there at one stage, but it was the most impressive thing I've ever seen. Can't believe it. Still can't believe it. You've just got to watch the footage, I tell you. It's classic.
Rob Pooley's been around this game a long time, and he knows better than most the disappointment of not finishing, so he wasn't taking any chances.
It's a river that it's famous for sucking you in off the back of those big lagoons. And I think there'll be very few people that haven't got a story by the end of the day.
Rob did manage to avoid a story of his own on the downstream leg, but still the challenge of racing a river at speed when it falls away is clear. Rob Donald's story wasn't about water or lack of it. His was about fuel, or more to the point, silicon in the fuel system. CX627 was back in service, having her tanks cleaned after sealant was found to be blocking the carburettor. Lessons must have been learned on the first run up the grey because the second caused few problems. Both lead gas turbines home safely, but there was a pattern of conversation starting to emerge.
Fourth run we just had, the wind picked up quite a bit. We did a bit of kiting, and it certainly had to keep the nose down with the wings and carry on. But we had a great run, didn't hit any rocks, so all good.
Sean Kelly was playing the cautious card.
Yeah, very windy, so pull back quite a bit, trim the wings down quite a bit, just to pull the front down because you're getting too loose. You've got to pick where you're going, and then quite often you're off by a few metres, and so then you can clip a few rocks and do a bit of damage. So you got to we're a little bit slower going down than going up. Going down's always a little bit more tricky.
Right in front of him is CX leader Jason Young, and he reckons he knows the secret.
I think pre-boating was the key, really, because the grey's got some traps in it, it shelves off, and you need to know where you are, so we're only really just coming to grips with it now, and we've pre-boated a few times, so yeah, you need to know about that, and its wind's got up there as well, so it's gusting up through the valley there, so she's pretty tricky.
Riley Smith was dealt a blow when a conrod in his FX30 engine let go, taking with it his class lead. NZ3 was also sidelined in the second wave. Kevin Hyde's big unlimited V8 too much for the drive shaft, which cried enough. It ended the Cantabrian's chances of retaining his national title. Wind was just as much an issue for the final pass up and down the river. Derry extended his lead over Mike Pooley, who was unable to dial up maximum power from the gas turbine. As it turned out, a faulty alternator was robbing power from the fuel pump, which was soaking up the engine's performance. Cameron Moore was chasing down Pooley, but a moment of distraction downstream saw the hunting and fishing driver take a channel he hadn't planned. With the final run taking place late afternoon, sunstrike was beginning to become an issue. CX leader Jason Young blotted his otherwise copybook day, blinded by the sun, leaving the top for the final time and misjudging a critical shoot downstream.
Small issue, come around the top corner up the top there into the sun, but a sunstripe lined ourselves up to what we thought was the shoot, and we were too far to the left, so we did a wee bit of a jump.
The banter between competitors highlights the nature of jet boat river racing. Callum McKenzie adamant he wouldn't make such a mistake.
No, very clean driver. Very clean, yeah. No, too busy trying to catch him.
So, Young the leader in CX, Greg Wilson now holds the FX lead, with Justin Hill leading A-Class from Gareth Munro, who isn't too unhappy with his day either.
Man, just keeping it the right way, all in the right place. We're happy, good day, pleased to be finished.
Up front, no change, John Derry is extending his lead over Mike Pooley, with Cameron Moore in third. And K-Jet's Sean Kelly has stepped up into fourth outright.